You lie!
I don't lie.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
All right, y'all. So this week of Big Brother has been one of the most, I want to say stressful, but it's not going the way I want it to go. So let's basically just kick it off with, so we all know that Michael and Terrence are both HOHs, right? So Michael is the HOH for Big Brochella and Terrence is the HOH for Dire Fest. So they basically pick their teams, and Michael picks Brittany, Jasmine, Monty, Taylor. Terrence picks Alyssa, Joseph, Kyle, and Turner. Avi, right? So as we can only imagine, the leftovers are done this week. There's no possible way I can feel that they can come back. And that's if Joseph leaves and Kyle stays. Once the house rejoin and they see maybe 2 members of the leftovers get evicted, and it's one of those situations where I'm just like gutted, because I love like a lot of the members of the leftovers, and I really want this alliance to dominate. But I do like the fact that people are actually playing this game, and I feel like it's more so, I feel like Michael's taking his taking a shot at Monty, and I do feel like Terrence is actually kicking into high gear, because we are in the second half of the game, and you can't just sit up here and just twiddle your thumbs and just like, well, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. If you have a HOH and you know that this is the second half of the game, you have to start making moves, because how are you going to try to be the sole winner? And to be honest, everyone should be going after Michael next week. He has no power. He needs to be backdoored, because there's a way that he might win the veto. And then on top of that, Brittany, I will put, if it was me, right, I will put Michael and Brittany on the block together, for the simple fact that, cool, Brittany would, if Brittany was on the block, she'll try to take Michael off. So if you put Brittany on the block with Michael, her main concern is to take herself off the block, so she won't go. So he won't go home. So that's what I would do. Put Michael and Brittany on the block together. So her concern was to take herself off. His concern would be to take himself off, instead of them focusing on each other. Makes sense. So, like I said, we have a wall yeller. Right. We literally a freaking wall yeller. And he basically told the house guests, I don't know if they heard it or not, because they cut the feeds, that Kyle is a liar. I mean, they spoke the truth. They did God's plan. He did what he was supposed to do. But they basically said that Kyle's a liar and this, that, and the third. And I would assume that they shut down production just to make sure that nobody heard stuff and this, that, and the third. But yeah, I'm just so irritated, because it feel like what it seems like is Joseph and Monty will be going home. That's what it seems like. But I'm gonna tell you guys who has been nominated, and the people that have been nominated. Michael nominated Monty and Jasmine. Terrence nominated Turner and Joseph. So yeah, that's 3 members of the leftovers that are on the block, and it's just irritating, because I could see them getting out Jasmine. I could see Monty wiggling his way out of this. Cool. But how is it that a showmance is still in the house? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, here's my only thought process. With Terrence, I'm like, okay, you're trying to take up, maybe he knows that there's a bigger alliance going on. Cool. I don't have no problem with that. And we already know Kyle ran his mouth and told him everything. He just had a diatribe and dysentery of the mouth. So, diarrhea of the mouth. So it's just one of those things that I'm like irritated by, because right now it seems like, especially after Sunday's episode, it seems like Terrence is unsure where Kyle lies, and he's unsure of Joseph as well, because Joseph is telling him this and that, but he doesn't believe it. So he's just trying to figure out everything on his own. Joseph was Terrence's original target going into this week, but after Kyle's little speaking too much and like snitching,
that really changed Terrence's mind, because now he's really looking at Kyle like more of an erratic player and a player that really just goes. He doesn't know where he stands, and what he's saying is true. So now you have Joseph and Turner basically trying to talk to Terrence, telling him one side, and then you have Kyle going over here just telling him whatever, and Alyssa's over here just picking daisies in La La Land. So it's just one of the situations where I don't know where this is going, and I think this is the first week of me as a feed watcher and as a viewer just very uncertain. Like, I feel like with Taylor's HOH, yeah, it was chronic, and yeah, we didn't know who she was targeting, but it still was like more of a, I knew my people were safe, right? I knew Joseph was gonna be safe, I knew Taylor was gonna be safe, I knew Michael was gonna be safe, I knew that Monty was gonna be safe. But this week is just, I'm so like, ooh, that Riz, they can go home for real. Ooh, they're going to the jury. So now it's just one of the things that I don't know how they can escape this twist. And if they do, I'm gonna give them mad credit, especially going to Monty and Joseph, because y'all really did what needs to be done. You will score way more points for me if they can escape this block, because I don't see a way of them getting out of this. Literally, I would be gagged for real. But like I said before, what do you guys think about Kyle throwing his alliance away under the bus? There's no way that he can come back from this at all. The leftovers is done. There's no possible way that he can come back, because Joseph and Turner will let him know, like, look, this is what the deal was. And when everybody comes back together, obviously I feel like Terrence will have more information, and whoever wins HOH, Terrence will obviously let them know, like, hey, you know, Kyle was saying this, saying that. You obviously throw Kyle under the bus, because one, you're trying to save yourself. So Kyle is literally making himself public enemy number one, when it really should be Michael, but it is what it is. For me, like I said before, I would knock out Michael just because everybody else does not have the challenge wins that he has, and it will put everybody else on a more even playing field, where Michael, when he gets out, it will, if Michael stays in the game, he wins, period. But let me know what you guys think right now. You know, the next episode comes out tomorrow on Wednesday, and this is going to be interesting to see who escapes the block. Like, who wins the power veto? We know who wins the power veto, which Brittany and Terrence wins the power veto, whoop-de-doo. But do they use the power veto? And that's what we don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know, do you think they use the power veto to take off Joseph and Monty? All right, y'all. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. So I just saw this information, and I just want to put it in the video at the end, that Terrence did win the power veto, and he did use the POV to take off Turner. I'm gonna let you guys know in the next video who he puts up. This shit is crazy. Thank you all, Yeller.